The winter trade window deadline of February 10th is fast approaching, and this has put all the potential deals into overdrive, with teams pulling out all the stops in a bid to complete the paperwork to bring in their targets that can help them with chances to make it to the NBA Finals. In today's video, we'll be discussing the biggest and hottest trade rumors going around in the NBA as of now. Stay tuned. First, has Ben Simmons finally found a way out? The Philadelphia 76ers disgruntled star, Ben Simmons, who has not featured in any of their games since putting in a trade request, might just be nearing an exit. Prior reports had suggested that the price tag the 76ers had put on Simmons' trade was actually driving away any prospective teams looking to sign the superstar, and he might have to wait until the offseason to see his wishes fulfilled. This was a move actually driven by their desire to wait for more star players to become available in the trade market, so they could bring in one star while letting an unhappy one leave. With just 5 days to go until the 10th of February, good news for both the 76ers and Simmons has come in. According to Shams Charania, a journalist covering the NBA, there is a potential destination available for Simmons and an amazing star player available for the 76ers looking to make a move away. The destination is the Brooklyn Nets, and the star player looking to make a move away from the Nets is none other than James Harden, one of the best players in the NBA. This is in stark contrast to what recent reports have been suggesting, that the Nets were not planning on entertaining any trade offers for Harden, who together with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving makes up one of the most fearsome trios in the league. Yet Charania's latest report has put things into a different sort of perspective, with Harden's move away from the Nets looking very likely. According to the report, there is a sense of urgency within the top brass of the Nets this season, because they view this as an extremely important year in Durant's prime. Simmons might just be seen as the cog needed to bring the Nets' wheel back into form, with the report coinciding with a time when the Nets are far from performing at their best. Kevin Durant has been sidelined for their last 9 games with a sprained medial collateral ligament, MCL, and in those 9 games without him, the Nets have an abysmal record of just 2-7 and are currently on a losing streak stretching as far as their last 6 games. The Nets see an opportunity to increase their depth if the Simmons for Harden swap goes through, with the 76ers' Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle, and Tyrese Maxey also being viewed as potential add-ons in the deal. However, if reports are to be believed, the 76ers reportedly would be adverse to including Maxey in a deal for Harden. Philadelphia has apparently been very unwelcome to the idea of trading Maxey in the past. This was most recently seen when they were trying to acquire Harden while he was playing for the Houston Rockets and would subsequently move to the Nets. But with how things stand right now, Joel Embiid back to playing at an MVP level, and the 76ers fluctuating within the Eastern Conference playoff spots, currently at number 5 in the standings, boasting an impressive 31-21 record, Philadelphia very clearly wants to capitalize on the situation this season. And yet, it is almost a certainty that Maxey will be a piece that the Nets will have in mind in an exchange for Harden. Simmons requested an exit from Philly, citing mental health issues. Because he is yet to feature in any game this season and up to this point in the trade window, it certainly looked as though this unfortunate situation would continue on into the offseason, with none of the prospective teams turning out to be viable trade partners. What other teams are on the table? According to Charania, the Atlanta Hawks have remained one of the foremost possible destinations for Simmons, as they have been in constant contact with the 76ers, offering a trade package centered around Bogdan Bogdanovic, John Collins, and a draft compensation. But it does not appear to be a deal that could persuade the Sixers into letting Simmons go. The Minnesota Timberwolves are another team in talks with the 76ers to acquire Simmons, where the only roadblock in a deal being reached is the fact that they do not want to meet Philadelphia's steep asking price. This would mean that out of all the possible options on the table right now, everything points to a Harden for Simmons swap deal. Next, is Harden disillusioned? Even before the whole Simmons situation put the potential Harden to the 76ers move on fast track, the Nets guard had been linked to Philly for some time now, with Jake Fisher, one of the foremost NBA writers, recently stating that the 2018 NBA MVP was actually unhappy in Brooklyn and already open to a change of scenery away from the Nets in the offseason when he becomes a free agent. Harden had shot down the idea that he was trying to get a move out, while acknowledging that he has been frustrated with how the season has progressed for the Nets in regards to the recurring injuries and unstable COVID-19 situation negatively impacting the team's progress. According to Charania, there has been a constantly growing concern in the Nets front office over Harden's fit at the Nets, because of the fact that his ball-dominant play means he prioritizes holding on to the ball, which does not mesh well with the Nets' desire to play a much more free-flowing game. This unease, although present, does not in any way mean that there is certainly a deal that will be reached between the Nets and the Sixers, despite being the firmest Simmons deal that has come into the news since it was reported that he requested an exit. The main obstacle still remains the 76ers Sixers' reluctance to trade Simmons, an all-defensive guard, for any player who is not an all-star level player. And with Harden possibly available for trade now, they can focus their attention on getting a done deal before the deadline. Next, Cavs targeting Celtics Schroeder. Brian Windhorst, a lead sports writer who covers the NBA, has said that the Cleveland Cavaliers might have an offer for Dennis Schroeder, the veteran point guard currently playing for the Boston Celtics, in a late move to reinforce their squad depth before the February 10th trade window deadline. According to Windhorst, this is mainly due to the fact that the Cavs were given a $9 million disabled player exception by the NBA because of the anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury suffered by Ricky Rubio that has effectively ended his season prematurely. The popular belief around the NBA is that they will be using this to target Schroeder, as he is one player that fits into the trade exception they have been afforded. Such a trade would work in favor of the Celtics as well, as it would take them below the luxury tax limit. Currently sitting at number 3 in the Eastern Conference standings, boasting an impressive record of 32-21, the Cavs look to be in the perfect form this season to make a serious playoff run, rallying behind their assortment of young stars including Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland. But they are still not perfectly in shape, needing reinforcements on the perimeter, considering how Rubio is out for the season with a meniscus tear. Colin Sexton seems to be out for the foreseeable future, with no potential return date available as of now, but according to him, he's hoping to make a return to the team just in time for the playoffs. Sexton has said that he will be back for sure when he is feeling 100% and when his body is telling him that it's a good time and he is in a good place. Until that happens, he is going to give his body a rest that it needs, but he does believe that it might take until the postseason for him to be able to give it a try. And despite his hopeful tone, the Cavs will have no choice but to operate under the assumption that he will not be making a return to the team until the 2022-23 season. And this is exactly what makes a player like Schroeder a logical target for them. The 28-year-old is currently having a very fine, consistent season playing for the Celtics. Averaging 31.1 minutes on the court, he is delivering a decent 15.4 points and 4.6 assists per game, all while shooting .441 from the field and .357 from behind the arc. Couple that with his current salary of $5.9 million, and you have got the perfect player to be receiving a lot of interest from other teams. That's a wrap for this video. Will we see the Harden for Simmons swap go through before the transfer deadline, or will Simmons have to make do with another half season on the bench? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.